What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. Ultimately, the women have to want you. They have to want you. They have to want you because, come on, dude. Come on across. Yeah, man. We good. All right. Assalamu alaikum. Anyway, right? You check a lot of, a woman has to ultimately want you. Ultimately, you have to pull the women. The old school players would say what women that you pull. Because the pimps, macks, and players know that the women choose. They got to come to you. Or they'll say it in simple terms, like who likes you. Now, a lot of guys, what I'm finding with a lot of guys, they ain't getting that point. Especially a lot of nice guys. Let me take this off. You don't need to see this. This is my thing for the gym. I don't need to have that on. Because I got to make a run and then come back to the gym. So it'll be a point where I'll like stop this. But anyway, right? One thing, because, you know, on my main video, I'm talking about nice guys. But one thing a lot of dudes do, they think they got to try to convince the women. It's like no matter what. Even when I did a major video talking about pay attention to the women who likes you, a lot of guys didn't like that. Whole lot of guys didn't like that. All I got was some complaints and stuff. It was like, well, no, I like her, I want her. And a lot of guys will try to stick with that, but that shit don't really work, man. Because, and that's always been the case, some guys, you can't convince a woman to like you if she either wants you or she don't. Even when you cold approach a woman, she making a decision right there. She's making a decision right there. So you got to decide what you going to do. I mean, that's just how it is. Now, what the fuck are they doing over here? Oh, well. Yeah, you got to decide. See, one thing a lot of nice guys do, they'll try, with the things they do is to try to convince the women to like them. That shit don't work. The most a woman will do, if she even like seemingly acquiesces to the man's advances, if she ain't really feeling them, she's using them. No, because even when you approach a woman, she got to be receptive. But see, some guys, too many men are thinking, well, what can I do to win her over? What can I do to convince her? And then when they don't, they get mad at the woman. And I'm like, dude, she either like you or she don't. I mean, that's the thing. If you talk to pimps, if you talk to players, macks, men actually getting the women mostly coming to them. They ain't doing anything. Even if they approach a woman, they giving her, like, all they doing is presenting themselves. A woman got to show something. Like a situation where you approach a woman, right? And you think, well, I approached her, I did all this. She was already liking you. If she really acquiesced, really down for you, she already likes you. She already wants you. In fact, what a woman will do, they'll put themselves in position to be approached. So you think you just seen her, she saw you 2 months ago. And see, once you really understand that about women, then you stay in the 90. And then you're not pressed about a woman that, you know, you might find attractive, but she ain't showing any reciprocation. You ain't worried. Yeah, you disappointed, but you like, nah, she ain't showing nothing. Because if a woman wants you, she's gonna put herself in your path. She's gonna make it easy on you. She's gonna return your text right away, your calls right away, and all of that. And shoot, nowadays, well, not even nowadays, they've always been. Sometimes they get more aggressive. Sometimes they'll tell you straight up they want to fuck you. You want to get to that level. Most guys don't have any idea about that, but shoot, women get real aggressive when they want a guy. Shoot, that started when they kids. I remember my oldest son was telling me about all the little girls in class that was bringing his ass candy. And a woman told me, I told that to a woman I was working with at the time, and she said, well, you know, that's what we do. But see, a lot of guys don't get that point. They don't get it. And then they get mad at the women. But see, the problem is they got the wrong type of game. You know? You can't convince anybody telling you can convince a woman to want you or try to logic her to want you or any of that. That shit don't work. They either want you or they don't. Now, if they don't want you, you don't worry about it. Shit, there's been plenty of women, I'll be looking at them, yeah, I want them, but, they ain't reciprocate. So I was like, oh, well. And so I paid attention to the ones who did want me. And on my way back from where I got to drop off some stuff, I got to stop up at the hospital. Real quick, once you had that stroke, you get a whole team. So I got a whole team. I got to have samples and blood work and all that shit for them. But, I digress, just letting y'all know. But yeah, a lot of guys chasing women who don't want them, or they don't have women coming for them. Like I said, I'll talk about that part later, because there's a simple answer to that. But see, guys getting mad at the women, it's like, don't get mad at them. If she don't want you, she don't want you. But see, a lot of guys, if you look at a lot of dating out here and all of that, these guys spending all this money on women, buying them gifts, taking them to expensive restaurants where they can't pronounce shit on the menu, spending a bunch of money. And the women will take that shit, but see, the women taking that are using the men. That's why I say, even if a woman really want a man, he don't even have to spend money on a date. She'll come over. She'll bring him food. Because really, and I've said this before, if women want a man, she gonna work to seduce him. Now, their way of seducing him is to draw his attention. He might think he approaching her, but shoot, her girlfriends like fixed her up and everything and put her in his path. Once you understand that little bit, you be like, oh shit. Seriously, you talk to a lot of women, and I found that they've been checking you out, already knew about you. I talked to some women thinking I'm approaching them. Could be on some like university campus or something. And it's like one, I had never heard of her. And this one, she was hooking a brother. Man, she has some blowjob skills. She has some skills. But she told me she knew about me a year before I even saw her. So women know. See, their game. See, they being aggressive about. They'll put themselves in position. They'll walk slow. Everything. You think you doing something, but women already know. They already know who they want. What they'll do is, like, if they not outright aggressive, their aggressive comes like a passive aggressive thing where they'll clock you, know where you're going to be, and put themselves in that position, or be sitting a certain place, or wearing certain clothes. Like I told, this woman, young lady I used to work with, she came, she had her makeup on, had a short black dress on. I said, you hunting, aren't you? She's like, damn right. That's just their way of doing it. That's just their way of doing it. And that even when I use the term throw it at you, because some, I had a comment, they couldn't understand. They say, well, you said the women throw it at you. They don't understand. See, that's one thing just real quick. A lot of guys, I got to remember, I'm dealing with guys who don't understand just basics. Because they're throwing it at you as just being receptive, putting themselves in your path, everything. They giving you a softball. They throwing you a softball. And if a woman ain't doing that, or nowadays, well, even before nowadays, they would just get right up in your face and shit. They would just get right up in your face. And they still do that. Because right now, guys be hitting me up privately saying, yeah, women touching them all over and flirting and doing all this shit. That's some normal shit. Because if you look at the guys, I say, are on top of the sexual hierarchy, Mr. Goodbar, they don't chase women as much as women chase them. They don't really be going hard. They don't really be going hard and shit. Even the ones who you think are going hard, they just picking up that the woman's being receptive. So, that's all to it. See, just understand. Just understand that. See, if you got to work too hard, she don't really want you. But see, like I said, a lot of guys, they want that woman. They really do want that woman who they want. They want who they want, even if she don't want them. And this shit don't work. I'm trying to tell y'all motherfuckers. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Gotta get this shit going here. Do what I do. I do. Stop. Alright. Over here and park. Yeah, anyway, like I said, I still got to do some stuff. I ain't at 100% yet, so it is what it is. It is what it is. You know? Let me let this truck pass. But yeah. That's the thing, though. You got the women, shit, they gotta want your ass, man. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. It's just that fucking simple. It's just that simple. They gotta want you. They gotta come to you. Now, like I said, I know a lot of guys say, well, women don't want me. I always give it, women don't want me. Well, shit. I'll get into that in a second, right? Let me get back with y'all, all right, y'all. Time for the part 2 of what I was going to say. Now, that was only a second for y'all, about 30 minutes for me. Sometimes this medical system got you running around doing some stuff that you don't need to do. But anyway, as I was saying, you know, you can't make a woman like you. So I know some people, the first thing is, well, how can I get the woman? How can I get the woman? They just don't like me. Well, what are you doing? See, here's the key. You, as a man, you really just got to fix yourself up. And not necessarily for the women. Ultimately, you're doing it for yourself, and getting the women is actually the bonus. That's the side. That's a commercial to your main program. So when I talk about body game, okay, women attracted to nice bodies and everything, right? But you're also doing it for your health. Right? Or if you're talking about money and status, even people talking about money and status. Well, you getting money, a man should be making money for himself any damn way. And seriously, you ain't getting it to give to the women, you getting it so you can eat well. And if you get that status, that means you're doing well in whatever your chosen profession is. But you're doing that for yourself. See, understand something about women. They always checking out men. They always checking out men. See, that's the thing. See, men thinking it's the other way around. But women, they want sex from a man. They want a man with sex appeal and nest appeal. So they always looking. They always looking. You gotta watch a couple of geese out in the street. They are always looking. So you gotta be thinking to yourself, well, what am I doing to get women to check me out? What am I doing? That got to be the thing, no matter what. That got to be the thing that you got to do. You know? You can't be like, oh, well, I can convince her to like me, or she should like you. Women gonna like who they like. That's what I say. Get your own mission. What do I always say? I say, look, figure out what you're gonna do in life, do it, and then figure out which women are down for it. And then if you want, here's the thing. And I say this in my book, Meeting Attractive Women. I say if you want, like, because, you know, a lot of dudes want those baddies, those dimes, those fine women and shit. Okay. Well, who do they go for? They go for men that they find attractive. So what are you doing to make yourself attractive? What are you doing? Are you hitting the gym? Are you dressing well? Like I was talking with a lady friend last night, right? And she old school like me. Because I ain't into that whole... I'm really not into that whole wall shit. That's some straight bullshit, really. That is just some straight old bullshit, right? It's a long story why I'm ducking into this parking lot. But That's some straight old bullshit. But anyway, right? Talking about a very beautiful young lady. Yeah, all women are young to me. Right? And we were talking about that because, as she said, most people are average looking. Because you got a bunch of guys thinking you got to have some face or some jawline, which is some bullshit. That's men. That's one thing. You don't want to do, like I said, men can't really determine. Women looking at everything. They looking at everything on you. And men have control over most of everything. Men got absolute control over it and everything. You know? We got control over it. We got control over our haircuts. So what are you doing? Are you fixing your hair right? Now, even for women, just your style that attracts attention. You know? Are you hitting the gym so you can at least have a decent body build? How are you dressing? And then if you think about, okay, what women are attracted to? Okay, they're attracted to a man's overall presentation and everything, his appearance. I got a regular couch video next week talking about that, about not neglecting the presentation. You know what kind of clothes you're wearing and everything. What kind of, do you have some style? You know, you're accentuating it with some jewelry. You're wearing some good stuff that smell good on you. Women love a man, the smell. Even Issa Rae has said that. She says, shoot, a nice smell make a woman rethink a man's attractiveness. You might be average, but she like your smile. Shoot, you gonna be like, oh, she gonna be like, oh shit, yeah. You know? So what are you doing? That's how you get it. If you want those attractive women, you just gotta make yourself attractive. It's really not hard. And if you that person who say, well, I ain't attractive, I ain't this, then use a lazy ass motherfucker. Nah, use a lazy ass motherfucker, because that's the only way. Ain't no magic out there. Motherfuckers looking for some magic and shit. Well, what can I say to the woman? Make her want me. Man, she look at you, she don't want you. And shit. And really, her looking at you, that's just the first bait. She gotta like what she look at just to take it to the second level. And even if you got an average face, which 99% of the damn population got, so what are you doing to fix up what you do have? See, that was a game I learned coming up. Just fix up. Nobody's talking about no goddamn face. Motherfuckers were like, well, shit, fix up what you got. Make sure, you got a nice haircut. Make sure you dressing nice. They'll call it drip or fit nowadays. Clothes. Like on those balloon pop videos. How many men were getting rejected by a woman just because they ain't like the clothing? You got 100% control over that shit. And then your conversation. What you talking about? What are you talking about? After you get past that first thing, what's your conversation? See, you got to make it to the point, the women trying to seduce you. Because, see, that's the thing a lot of men don't get. Because, one, they haven't experienced it. Two, somebody telling them game. Let's be real, a lot of guys are like they telling you whatever so they can get some money off of it. They say, yeah, something wrong with women, something wrong with women. Man, if you're an attractive man, you're going to get women. And attractive women. Like, you look at a lot of those women that be on IG and stuff. Probably TikTok too. But I ain't big on TikTok. But IG. Be fine and shit. Every now and then they'll show their kid. So the question is, who the fuck they fuck to get that kid? Some dudes will say, well, they fuck some pretty boy. They fuck some guy with some money or something. All right. So what you doing to get that? And that's a funny thing when you talk about looks, money, and status any damn way. Motherfuckers will talk about that, but then ain't doing anything to get money. I'm like, what's the point in all of that? What's the motherfucking point in all of that? Gonna talk all that stuff, but they ain't doing anything to actually get it. And really, if you want an attractive woman, shoot, what do I say? You gotta be that thorough man. Because I use the term real man in my book, Nice Guys and Players, but it just means thorough. You just hitting it on all levels. And you can build that. That's the beauty of it. A man can build himself to be that attractive. We can build our attractiveness. Because let's be real, most women ain't roll out of bed beautiful any damn way. Most of them build their shit. They build their sex appeal. I knew this Asian woman, I don't know if she still watch it. She know who she is. She's one of my earliest supporters and stuff. But she built her sex appeal. Her sex appeal was on a scale from 1 to 10, hers was on like 15. But I saw her one time when she wasn't fixed up. She's still cool, but she like just had on ordinary shit. I was like, in fact, I was trying to get her to do some stuff for me. I was hey shit. And you know who you are, sweetie. If you watching, hit me up. You know? But she knew how to just ramp her shit up. That's the men just gotta do the same thing. See, that's an old school game. You talk about in the streets and shit, all the dudes were doing was fixing themselves up, fixing their hair right. They still do it, really. Get their hair right, get a nice fit. Then have that conversation. You know? They attract the woman. And even if they approach the woman's still checking you out. And like I said, a lot of times women are slick about it. You think you approaching them, you ain't seen them before, but they might have seen you like months earlier. Shit, they might see you from way down the block and decide, oh, I'm gonna walk in this path. Cause shout out Cousin T-Talk, he talked about that in his book, The Seduction Scriptures. He talked about that. A woman, she see you from down the block, she already deciding what she gonna do. Or you talking to her and approaching her, that's just a formality. She'll be peaceful about that shit. You think you doing something and shit. She be going back to a girl saying, yeah, I got him. Shit, they be scheming too. Say, hold up, we're gonna fix you up and shit. I remember one of my boys, Jim. Anybody got my book, Nice Guys and Plays? Jim, I know this woman he hooked up with. Right? Went over a place to pick her up. He said there was a whole crew of women in there just to fix her up for him. So all you had to do if you want women, you gotta just fix up your attractiveness. It's just that simple. The shit you can control. And you can control your face a bit how it's presented. Even that, you can control that. So it's not, it's nothing that you can't do. There's nothing that you don't have control over. That's the thing. That's the thing. And that's really it. That's the game. Shit, that's the game I learned growing up. They ain't say, oh yeah, go approach these women and talk to them. They said, shit. I know my cousins and the players around the way, they were saying, hold up, man, you gotta fix yourself first, man. You gotta do something with that hair, man. At the time the big thing was waves, so I had to get some waves, wear that wave cap. Fix yourself up. Women choose. Even when you approach, one way or the other. Not even just shoes and signals. Some people big on that. All right, but sometimes you might have to do that cold approach. But when you do that, oh, she looking you up and down. She making a decision right there. And so if you fix yourself up, you looking nice. You say, oh, okay, you looking like, damn, you smelling good too. Let me see what's coming out of his mouth. Then you had a conversation. Then you gotta be able to talk to them. Ain't no magic word. It just gotta click with them. That's why I tell guys, hey, practice saying hi to women. And just practice just basic conversation. It's no magic word or something. Never been into that. That's some bullshit if you think it's a magic word. You just gotta have that convo with them, talk to them, all of that. Boom. Shit. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But you gotta do it. You ain't gonna make it. And if a woman don't want you, she just don't want you. Why? Don't waste time. Seriously, don't waste time with some women that don't want you. Make it so to the point that plenty of women want you. Plenty of attractive women. Because I'm gonna tell you what, let's talk about that attractive women. Because dudes want dimes and shit. Who do you think they gonna fuck with? They gonna fuck with somebody like he don't. Like I say, he don't have to be like drop dead handsome or look like some mom. But he do have to have his shit together. You can clean up your shit. You can still talk with them, especially beautiful women, because some dudes are corny and everything with them. If you can have a good conversation with them, they're going to at least, they're going to be like, oh, okay. He ain't acting like he afraid of me. Shit, fix your shit up, because I don't care who the woman is. They're going to get with somebody. Even if the guy ain't no model type, he's still going to have something going for him. He's still going to be thorough or something. He ain't gonna be no broke ass motherfucker or have to pay for him either. He'll be somebody worth something. That's the key. That's the motherfucking key. So anyway, though, yeah, I get in here, dropped off my stuff with the doctors and all I had to do. Go in here, do my thing. But yeah, you gotta work on your own attractiveness. You gotta draw the women to you. You gotta make them want to get in your path. You want them scheming on how they gonna holler at you. And anybody can do it. I don't care. Don't get caught up in some of this bullshit some people be caught up in, talking about gotta look like Chad or some shit. Because here's something with Chad. Anybody, even they gotta fix their shit up. They gotta hit the gym. They gotta have the Barbara bless them. So you just do the same thing. You know? And don't be bitching about it and all that shit. Just fix your shit up. You know, too many motherfuckers who just fix up what they got. And they still getting some decent women. And be realistic, too. Be realistic. I'm giving y'all the game. So, anyway, that's all I got for now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.